buildup engine.
Good evening and welcome to Carabao Cup Live for our second night of semi-final second leg action. Last night we saw Newcastle put Arsenal to the sword to book their place in the Wembley final in a few weeks' time for the second time in 3 seasons under Eddie Howe. Arsenal beaten at this stage for the second time in 4 seasons for the Gunners. Liverpool, they are the holders of the trophy. They want to retain their trophy this season. They've won it 10 times before. They want to make that 11, but they need to beat Tottenham tonight. A Tottenham side looking to get to a major final for the first time in a while and looking for their first trophy in 17 years. There's a lot on the line at Anfield tonight, and even more so, Spurs have a 1-goal lead from that first leg to take into this one tonight. Lucas Bergval's winner in North London a few weeks ago gave Tottenham the advantage. Coming to Anfield, where it will be at fever pitch tonight, the atmosphere will be roaring, especially in such a big game, and a game that means so much for this team and this football club. As I said, 10 times winners of this competition. No one else has ever won it the same or more times than Liverpool. No one's been in as many finals as Liverpool. 17 finals over the years in this competition. They've won it twice in the last number of years. They want to make it 3 in 4 seasons if they can, but they need to beat Tottenham tonight. A Tottenham side who are looking for 3 successive defeats in different competitions for the first time since October. Let's have a look at tonight's teams then. We start with the home side. Caoimhín Kelleher comes back into goal after Alisson started the first leg. He's not involved tonight. No injury concerns there, but Caoimhín Kelleher starts in goal. A back 4 of Conor Bradley, who comes in for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Ibrahim Konate, who missed out in the first leg, alongside Virgil van Dijk, the Liverpool captain, and Andy Robertson recalled from that first leg. Ryan Gravenberch continues in midfield, a revelation this season, starting 31 of Liverpool's 36 games this campaign. He's alongside Curtis Jones and Dominic Szoboszlai in the midfield, with a front 3 of Cody Gakpo, Liverpool's leading scorer in this competition, Mo Salah, Liverpool's leading scorer in all competitions, and Darwin Núñez leading the line, coming in for Luis Diaz. On the bench for Liverpool, Jaros, Tsimikas, Kwanzaa, Endo, McAllister, Elliot Diaz, Chiesa and Jota. For Spurs, as I said, looking to get to what has been a really rare a really rare point in the season where they're looking for 3 successive victories. Antonin Kinski starts in goal, a back 4 of Archie Gray, Kevin Danso, the new signing on loan from Lens. He starts at centre back alongside Ben Davies, and Jed Spence at left back. Yves Bissouma, Rodrigo Bentancur and Pap Sarr are the midfield 3, with a front 3 of Dejan Kulusevski, the captain Heung-min Son, and Richarlison leading the line there for Spurs. On the bench for Tottenham tonight, Austin, Porro Region, Casanova, Bergval, Olosesi, Ajayi, Moore, and that man, Matthias Tell, who left Tottenham fans waiting, but he's joined on loan from Bayern Munich on deadline day. It's a place in the Wembley final in the Carabao Cup for one of these 2 teams. Spurs have the advantage, but Liverpool have the home advantage, who will be heading to Wembley in a couple of weeks' time. Kick-off at Anfield between Liverpool and Tottenham is on the way next. A very good evening. Welcome to Anfield, where, as like it was last night at St James's Park, a stadium that is well known for its raucous and rapturous atmosphere. And tonight, those fans will be needed more than ever for Liverpool, looking to overcome that 1-goal deficit from the first leg to turn over Tottenham and to get themselves into another final, into Wembley, where they call it Anfield South. To the Liverpool fans with their success at that stadium over the years. Liverpool kicking from right to left into the Anfield Road end in the first half, so Spurs will kick towards the Kop in the first 45, as is tradition here at Anfield, and Liverpool will be hoping those traditions turn out to be a positive factor for them this evening against the Spurs side, quite rarely recently in good form. So that's Mo Salah not getting on the end of that ball. Puts it out for an early Spurs throw. Well, it started quite crazy last night. It was an unbelievable start at St James's Park with so many chances so early on in the game. And Arsenal really fell to the sword of Newcastle, who were hyped up for that game last night. They were already 2-0 up going into that game last night, Newcastle. And of course, won 2-0 to secure their place at Wembley. Here's Pape Sarr for Spurs, chased by Curtis Jones. Holds on to the ball well as Jones tries to press. Back to Davies, who will give it back to Antonin Kinski. Kinski, who made his Spurs debut actually in the first leg. It's a lovely play between Van Dijk trying to find Gakpo. Well stopped by Sarr, but the clearance from Archie Gray goes out for an early Liverpool throw. Well, there'll be no doubt that Arne Slot would have told his team to come out with real energy, real power, real aggression against this Spurs side tonight and try and eradicate that deficit that they have quite quickly. As Salah, well stopped there by Jed Spence. Liverpool will get the throw. There'll be nobody kind of guessing as to what Liverpool will do. They will want to come out fast and get a really good start here. Van Dijk to Robertson. Pin the ball down the left-hand side, but Andy Robertson couldn't keep it in play down the sidelines. Andy Robertson recalled back into the side. A lot of these Liverpool defenders, only two of the back four started the first leg. Of course, Ibrahim Konate came back from injury. Andy Robertson was left out of that game in the first leg for Kostas Tsimikas. Of course, Jarell Quansah and Tsimikas started the first leg at centre-back and left-back for Liverpool. They're both on the bench this evening. And of course, Conor Bradley starts at right-back in place of Alexander-Arnold, who's out injured. Referee Craig Parsons just stopped the game for the moment. Richarlison's gone down holding his head, which has the game with a stoppage from Archie Gray's throw-in. And Virgil van Dijk and Richarlison just get a bit tangled between each other. And as Van Dijk tries to see him out, see him off, Richarlison just gets a bit caught there and goes down, but he's getting back to his feet. He's not happy. He wants Van Dijk to be off for an elbow. He tries to square up to Virgil van Dijk. I don't think, if I was Richarlison, I wouldn't be doing that. Virgil van Dijk will destroy you. But that's an early tactic from Richarlison. Letting Virgil van Dijk know he's there, but Virgil van Dijk, one of the most experienced players in this league. Liverpool captain. He's not too unawares as to the threats from Richarlison. Of course, Richarlison thought he'd got a draw from 3-0 down for Spurs a couple of seasons ago when they played Liverpool here. They were 3-0 down, came back to 3-3 before Liverpool went on and won it at added time to win 4-3. Former Everton player, of course, Richarlison. Nice play by Konate into Bradley, who's got space to break down the right. Holds off Son. Bradley with a nice ball infield. And a one ball in behind for Nunez. Just a bit too much pace on it that time from Mo Salah. That was a fabulous little ball. Good combination between Bradley and Salah. And Salah's ball through the middle. Just too much pace on it for Nunez to chase. Allowed the Spurs keeper to come and collect. But playing in between the lines is where Liverpool are going to find those spaces, find those gaps, find the joy against Spurs tonight. It's Kinski's clearance, helped on its way by Sarr. Konate's half clearance, straight into the feet of Kulusevski. Gets the better of Curtis Jones. Now Archie Gray down the right. Just about kept it in play according to the officials, but Virgil van Dijk will settle things down in the Liverpool box there. Gravenberch didn't have a pass on. Basuma played it out for the throw. And we expect Liverpool to have more possession tonight, to control the ball a lot more. And we expect Spurs to be more counter-attacking. We saw the joy that Newcastle got out of the counter-attack against Arsenal last night. Arsenal were dominating the ball, but really struggling to pose much of a threat, especially in that second half against the Newcastle side. One ball over the top there again from Liverpool, but Kinski comes a long way to kick. Brought down by Salah. Back with Bradley. He would just recycle it back again for Liverpool. Well, Liverpool have only failed to score in 2 games this season. One of them was against Tottenham in the first leg. The other was, of course, the 1-0 defeat here to Nottingham Forest. But 2 games out of their 36 that they've played this season have Liverpool failed to score. So Spurs know if they want to win inside 90 minutes, they're going to have to find the net tonight. If Liverpool's record is to be followed up, that's a lovely flick on. Szoboszlai in the box, cut back to Salah. Deflection takes it back to Kinski. That was fabulous play in and around the box there from Liverpool. Nice neat football, but that gets Liverpool on the press. Beautiful touch by Bradley. Infield to Jones. Played round the corner, out wide to Gakpo, rolled in behind for Robertson, who's on the chase, cuts it back, bobbling about the box, still alive, Gakpo across, so Szoboszlai not able to take the shot, and scrambling to keep it alive, but Liverpool's press actually gives away a free kick there to Richarlison, but that was a really good move again from Liverpool. They kind of smelt blood there all of a sudden. Really nice ball, started with a beautiful touch by Bradley, played now nicely wide by Curtis Jones, and it was good combination by Gakpo and Robertson. Robertson on the overlap, running behind. There's an issue here for Darwin Núñez, is why we have a stoppage in play, but it's good combination down that left hand side from Liverpool at that time, and it almost worked out for them. Darwin Núñez is in pain here. Looks to be his right leg of some issue. Of course, Diogo Jota on the bench, Luis Diaz on the bench as well for Liverpool tonight. 2 players that have played in that role fairly up top for Liverpool this season. And Luis Diaz, when he played up top against Spurs this season, scored a hat-trick at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Núñez should be okay, just needed a bit of attention after he was kind of caught there around the right ankle by Richarlison. It's inadvertent, it was accidental. Bit of a painful one though for Darwin Núñez. He is okay, back to his feet, and will be returning to the action in a moment. Of course, Darwin Núñez, so iconically remembered for that celebration to Liverpool's winning goal in the Carabao Cup final. He didn't look very injured in that moment when Liverpool scored the winner. Ran from the stands down onto the sidelines to celebrate late into extra time against Chelsea. And it was kind of Klopp's kids that won the trophy for Liverpool this last season. The Uruguayan has 1 goal in this competition so far this season. Scored it against Southampton in a 2-1 win. Scored the opening goal of that 2-1 win against Southampton. In the quarter-finals, of course. Robertson. Back to Konate. Bradley. Back across to Van Dijk. Steps into midfield. Van Dijk goes with that diagonal out to Salah. Decent first touch from Salah. Sprays it, trying to find Curtis Jones. That's good recovery by Kulusevski. But that's well won by Gakpo, and the ball just evaded Darwin Núñez there. Ever so slightly, but another good opportunity for Liverpool's press there. Again, it was initially good recovery by Kulusevski. He played it back to Archie Gray, who tried to play it back out wide to Kulusevski, but it was a good press by Cody Gakpo. Blocked the little space off and almost found a chance for Darwin Núñez in behind. Certainly a positive start from Liverpool. Certainly taking it to Spurs in these early moments. Gakpo. Robertson. Just wins the throw-in off for Richarlison there, does the Scottish captain. The captain of Scotland. Konate. Just too much to Conor Bradley there from Ibrahima Konate. Spurs get a bit of a cheap throw in here on this far side. Spence looking for options. Taking his time as he goes for the long throw down the line, trying to find Richarlison, who was well marshalled there by Konate, and Bradley just passes it back to Kelleher. Now Van Dijk rolls it out to Robertson. Tips it past his man. Finds Gakpo on the turn. Lovely turn by Gakpo. Couldn't thread the ball through, but Nunez picks up the loose pass. Nunez gets a bit dangly, and Archie Gray can clear it away. Only as far as Jones, though. Good counter press from Liverpool on that occasion. Certainly trying to find spaces down those wide areas pretty quickly. More down the left-hand side than anything else so far. Salah, lovely through ball to Bradley. Bradley looking for the cut back. Well, blocked by Ben Davies. Will be a Liverpool corner, though. That's a wonderful combination between Conor Bradley and Mo Salah down that side. Bradley went on the overlap. Salah stayed. Salah played a lovely ball through, and Bradley just couldn't get the cross in. It was a good block by Ben Davies. Liverpool get a corner on this right-hand side. The first corner of the game. Salah rolls it out. Cross whipped in, flicked on at the front post, not away, but Kinski dropped it. Referee says no foul. The goalkeeper is now down. I think the referee's just going to stop this one. Kinski got a full whack, I think, by his own player there, and is it Ben Davies? I think he got caught by. I see it again. It's nicely whipped in, flicked on at the near post by Robertson, and then yeah, it's kind of just clattered. Ben Davies and Antonin Kinski just whacked each other there. They are okay, but certainly took a whack. No, Ben Davies has a bit of blood there, so we will have to stop it to see if Ben Davies gets a bit of treatment. And taking their time with this. The crowd are not particularly happy that Ben Davies knows the referee stopping. I have to say, so far Liverpool have had more possession in the game. They've had a couple of shots, nothing of too real great concern for Antonin Kinski, but I think Liverpool have come with that energy, have come with that kind of aggression early on, and I think so far they've looked bright in moments against Tottenham. Tottenham have barely got up the field. It's all about Spurs at the moment. Kevin Danso signed on loan from Lens 4 days ago. Of course, on loan till the end of the season, with, of course, Dragusin now out for the season. Injuries still to Mickey van der Ven and Christian Romero. Mickey van der Ven not risked by Ange Postecoglou. He said he was managing his minutes from the weekend, and, of course, still managing his minutes. Might play in that FA Cup game against Villa, but of course, we will find out come that time. But Spurs just trying to manage their injuries at the moment. Of course, having Dragusin out for the season means Kevin Danso's loan is a much-needed loan and a much-needed welcome, much-needed player in the squad for Spurs at this moment in time. Just be a drop ball here for Kinski. Davies is getting a change of shirt, so he's off the field at the moment. So Spurs are down to 10 until Ben Davies is waved back onto the field by the referee. Still getting last checks at the moment as Kinski thumps it long up the field. Konate wins the header. Nicely won infield there by Bradley, and Szoboszlai's ball's a bit loose, but Curtis Jones will swing it out to the left side for Gakpo over the head of the Dutchman, who did keep it in play, and Robertson just flicks it back to Caoimhín Kelleher in the Liverpool goal. Konate into Gravenberch, tightly marked by Gravenberch, not able to keep the ball, although he doesn't even try to win it back, and he does. Ryan Gravenberch there. Robertson, she'll never walk alone, gets another rousing chorus at Anfield to rile up the team as Jones gets a bit loose in midfield, gives it away to Richarlison, and Gravenberch there giving away the free kick. Yeah, Curtis Jones just pressed by Yves Bissouma. It's a nice ball by Bissouma, well won, and fine Richarlison, who wins Spurs a free kick. And the first real time we've seen Spurs up this end of the field so far, and we've played 16 minutes. Vast majority of the ball has either been on the halfway line or in Spurs' half so far. Son, the Spurs captain, is over this one. We'll just chip it round the back. Konate dealing with it, but it comes off Bradley last, and it will be a Spurs corner. Well, corners have been a big threat for Spurs. Scored against Brentford at the weekend from a corner, their opening goal. It's poor defending by Brentford on that one, but was a decent delivery by Heung-min Son. And so Liverpool deal with Spurs' first corner of the night, as Son doing a bit of rewiring there, moving the microphone out of his way. Has to get a bit of a run-up. Whatever you need, clearly. Son to take this first Spurs corner of the game. Left-hand side. Right-footed in-swinger. Headed away by Nunez. Brought down by Bentancur, who tries to keep the pressure on, but Spence under a press. So speeds it through, but straight back to the Liverpool keeper, who wants to get it out quickly. Szoboszlai. Space in midfield here as Gravenberch picks it up. Now out wide to Bradley. Nice Salah. And Liverpool just looking to get back into a dominant position in the Spurs half. Szoboszlai. Konate. Out wide to Salah. Just will take the throw in that time, Mo Salah. Robertson tried that little sneaky infield ball to Gakpo, but well stopped by Kulishevsky. Just a throw in. Here's Szoboszlai. Konate down the right hand side here for Salah, up against Spence. Son dropping in as well. Salah rolls it to Bradley. He's hounded there by Pap Sarr as Conor Bradley. It will be a Liverpool free kick here, high up on the right hand side. Conor Bradley knew to protect the ball, and he did, and wins his side a free kick. Of course, Conor Bradley came bursting onto the scene last season for Liverpool. That incredible game here against Chelsea, where he got his big goal against Chelsea. Started all three previous games in this competition this season. Salah and Szoboszlai over this free kick for Liverpool on this right hand side. Szoboszlai to deliver, headed away by Spence. Szoboszlai wins it back, but will give it back to his keeper and recycle the ball again for Liverpool. It's not the best of deliveries really from Dominik Szoboszlai that time. There's not as much whip on it as the ball came into the box on that occasion. Van Dijk goes to that long diagonal to Salah, headed away by Spence. He's dealt with that long diagonal well so far, Jed Spence. A couple of times Virgil van Dijk's tried to ping that ball out wide. It'll be an interesting battle as well between Salah and Spence tonight. Spence predominantly right-footed. Mo Salah loves coming inside on that left foot, so we'll see how they match up tonight. Gakpo back to Robertson. Infield to Gravenberch, and Liverpool moving it around again. Konate. 20 minutes gone at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Spurs 0. Spurs leading by a goal to 0 on aggregate. Here's Gakpo up against Gray. Chops onto his right. Gives it back to Jones. Gives it back to Gakpo again. But further infield, Gakpo lays it off to Jones again. He will play it out to Bradley. Nice Salah wide on the right. Lots of bodies in the box for Liverpool. Salah rolls it back to Bradley, who crosses deep. And that header was needed by Archie Gray, because Robertson was lurking round the back. That's good defending by Gray, and it will be a Liverpool corner. Yeah, it's good work from Salah. Drag the two defenders with, or the two players with you. Leave the space for Bradley to get a clean whip on the ball, and it was a good delivery. Well defended by the Spurs makeshift right back tonight, Archie Gray. Played centre back the last couple of games when it was needed. So Bosley to take this corner for Liverpool. Headed away by Richarlison. That's a good confident header by the Spurs striker. Comes all the way back here with Gravenberch. Bradley. Curtis Jones. Nice fake by Robertson. Finds the space for Szoboszlai. Drops inside. And the shot well charged down. Van Dijk keeps it alive. Gravenberch will hit one. Well blocked in the Spurs box there as Richarlison tries to get them out of trouble. Holds it up well. Bentancur flicks it onto Kulusevski, but beaten to it by Gakpo. He's tussling for the ball, and Liverpool will get the throw-in off that moment. That's got the crowd up, that little moment where Szoboszlai had a shot blocked, and then Gravenberch had one blocked just not long after. Liverpool starting to get shots in and around the Spurs box. As they give it away cheaply there in midfield, Liverpool. Szoboszlai trying to battle back, but Richarlison again holds it up well, but has to play it back to Archie Gray, who goes back to Kinski. And he goes long, halfway through the first half already. Here at Anfield, Liverpool certainly the team in the ascendancy as Szoboszlai wins it back again. Jones on the move. Through to Nunez. Held up well to Szoboszlai. Salah's wide on that right hand side. Spurs quite narrow at the moment. Here comes to Bradley, who tried to thread it through for Gravenberch. The pass wasn't as accurate as he wanted it to be there, Conor Bradley, and Kinski could recover. Here's Danso. Made it off to Kulusevski. Well stopped by Robertson, but the pass off to Danso gets him forward. Nice Sarr. Space down the left here for Spurs. Son. Plays it on to Spence. Bradley on chase. Gets the cross. Konate with a good block. Clears it away from danger. And Salah will actually put it out for a Spurs corner there. Bit overhit that from Mo Salah. Maybe put Liverpool under a bit of undue pressure. A couple of those loose passes, a couple of those sloppy little plays, and Spurs getting one or two opportunities on the move. It's their second corner of the game, Spurs, despite having less than 30% of the ball and barely being up the pitch. Another set piece for them to try here. Son to deliver again. Right footed, swung a bit deeper this time. Right to the back post, still alive, flick back in. Nunez clears it away. Salah now to Nunez, and Liverpool on the move here on the counter. Nunez finding Gakpo just behind Szoboszlai, and Spurs get bodies back in time. But that was a nice attempt there from Liverpool. Ever so close to a good counter, but Spurs play it nicely in between the lines here. Got done well by Son. Nice Sarr, bit of an end-to-end game all of a sudden. That's a good block by Bradley and a good clearance by Robertson. Decent couple of minutes, open the game up a little bit. Spurs maybe starting to get a little bit more joy out of Liverpool than they have in the previous 20 minutes or so. Again, a bit of a forced pass through the lines, and Jones finds Gravenberch, who holds off his man well and plays a lovely ball through to Salah. A bit of joy here for Liverpool. Salah Bit of a deflection. Oh, just wide. Agonisingly close there for Liverpool. Again, it's a bit of a forced pass by Danso. Jones was picking it up and Gravenberch on the chase. Holds off his man. Threads a ball through to Salah. Salah cuts onto his left with Spence nowhere to be seen. And Salah, as he tries to weave it through, it comes off. Basuma comes off last and it deflects behind for a corner. But that was agonising close to an own goal. Will be another corner taken short this time by Liverpool. Here's Jones in the box. Lays it off to Gravenberch and a bit of a waste that from Liverpool. As Bradley tries to swing it back around. Spence couldn't keep it alive. That's a lovely ball by Van Dijk, but Salah well marshalled. Gravenberch with a first time ball. Salah left it. But again, Sarr comes away with it this time. Liverpool come back with the ball. Jones, Nunez rolls it on to Szoboszlai. Wanted to hit it, didn't get the chance, as Robertson will keep it alive. Swings it back in, flicked on the turn was Gakpo, still alive, has a chance to dribble. Nunez off a hand, is it? Nothing given, as Richarlison's on the move now. Spurs want a break on Liverpool here, but Liverpool have lots of bodies back to deal with this counter. Kulusevski still going. They want to keep the ball held up here. The Spurs, and Robertson battling, but it will be a Spurs corner. Well, Liverpool did make a claim of a handball when Darwin Nunez had a shot in the box. We'll see that chance again, I believe. I mean, Gakpo had the shot on the turn. Danzo got in the way of it, but he had the chance to dribble, and then Nunez's shot. I mean, it's straight at Archie Gray. I don't think there's a penalty in that. Definitely not. Yeah, there's not handball there. Not many claims from the players, but Spurs have another corner here from another counter-attack. Kulusevski's whip ball, headed away at the near post again by Liverpool. Nunez again. It's twice that Darwin Nunez has cleared away from the near post. Not only a aerial threat in attack, but a very good aerial defender from those set pieces. Gray with a throw in. Plays it on to Richarlison. Back to Archie Gray. Rolls it through. Richarlison now. Kulusevski across. Konate gets to it and takes it away. Szoboszlai as Liverpool want to counter again. Salah. Bradley. Back to Salah. But Salah's ball under hit to try and find Nunez. Liverpool will retreat and retrieve the ball again. Just seems like Liverpool are getting closer, creating that perfect chance. But Spurs still show themselves as a threat up the other end. It's quite close at the moment. I think the first goal will be absolutely crucial in this one. Salah rolls it back to Bradley. And doesn't want to go for the overlap. Robertson now down the left side. Here's Gakpo up against Gray. Gakpo tries to turn it. Whips it in, header by Nunez, but straight at Antonin Kinski. Simple enough save from the keeper, but slightly better from Liverpool. Good work by Gakpo, tracked by two, and he eventually got the ball in. Nice spin and turn, and a good cross onto the head of Nunez. He could really only head it down the throat of the keeper, which was comfortable enough for Kinski. That's well won back by Nunez there again, tracking deep to help his team win the ball back. Gravenberch angles one out wide to Salah. Salah threads it through. Szoboszlai! But the flag's going to go up. Szoboszlai says no. But we'll see what VAR have to say on that one. The assistant was quite adamant. We'll have to see the replay. See it again. Salah's through ball. Yeah, he's just offside. Dominik Szoboszlai. Ever so tightly. But he is offside. Good decision by the assistant. And it was a nice ball by Salah. Lovely run by Szoboszlai. But he was just a little bit too early. But that's maybe a bit of a boost for Liverpool. Newcastle had a goal disallowed when they had the ball in the net last night. But that got the crowd up. That got them believing they could score again. Maybe that could be the case for Liverpool here. They've certainly, no doubt about it, had really all the chances so far. Spurs have had no shots up to this point. 7 for Liverpool, 2 of which on target. Over 70% of the ball. They've been practically dominant beyond belief inside these first 30 minutes. But Spurs have maybe taken this approach of maybe just sitting a bit deeper, taking a few minutes, maybe try and get through this first half with little to no damage and see what they can do in the second half. Up to this point, they've held on. Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson. I did get a glimpse after that. The flag went up for that Szoboszlai chance that Arne Slot wanted his team to play a little bit more. And there's the example of it. They win a corner out of Yves Bissouma. Curtis Jones made that little run forward. Jones takes the corner quickly. Szoboszlai rolls it back to Robertson. Had to stretch to keep it. Whips it round the back post. Salah cross! Completely overhits it. Does Mo Salah. He had bodies lining up at the back post. They were queuing up to try and take that chance. If Salah had just kind of guided it to the back post, Gakpo and Jones and even Konate were waiting. Salah's ball just kind of ballooned off his foot and went behind. Leave Bissouma, I think maybe making that challenge, maybe in a bit of pain there after making that little challenge for the corner a few moments ago against Curtis Jones. Might have aggravated something. Nothing in the first instance there, but Bissouma is okay. What would Ange Postecoglou be thinking of his side start? I would say be pretty happy the fact that his side haven't conceded so far, considering how little of the ball they've had and how many chances, how many shots Liverpool have created so far. But a long way to go. Ange Postecoglou will know that. That's a nice touch by Salah. Out in this right hand side is Nunez. Lays it back to Gravenberch. Liverpool recycle it again. Jones caught a bit of drift by that ball. Got a bit loose. Well, that's loose from Spurs by Bissouma to give it away to Gravenberch. Nice Salah down the right side up against Spence. Salah swings it into the box. Gakpo! Liverpool lead on the night. And then who else would it be than their leading scorer in this competition, Cody Gakpo. He loves a League Cup goal, and it was always written that he would get Liverpool's first goal of the night. Another game, another goal for Cody Gakpo. And the Dutchman gives Liverpool the lead on the night and ties this game up over the 2 legs. It was a poor giveaway by Bissouma, but Liverpool always believed. Salah moved down the right-hand side. He swung a ball in. It's an absolute perler of a cross. It misses Nunez, it misses Curtis Jones, but it doesn't miss Cody Gakpo, and Cody Gakpo doesn't miss either. It's a fabulous ball and a really nice finish. Pretty a simple enough finish for Gakpo. All he had to do was really rifle it into the bottom corner, and that's exactly what he did. And Liverpool, who moments ago thought they'd taken the lead through Dominik Szoboszlai, now have taken the lead through their man who loves a goal in this competition, Cody Gakpo. Liverpool 1, Spurs 0, 1-1 on aggregates. And that's got the crowd up, that's got the fans singing. Not that they weren't singing before, but it's just giving them that little extra bit of energy inside the stadium. 10 goals in his last 10 games at Anfield for Cody Gakpo. He's in roaring form. He loves a goal at home. You can see the Liverpool bench loving it as well there. A shot behind Arne Slot. And that's got the flags and the scarves waving in the stands. That's got them singing. That's got them going. And when you get this stadium up, there's very little, if any stadium in the world that matches it or beats it for atmosphere and energy and excitement when their team are in the ascendancy. It's infectious. Robertson. Jones. Now Gakpo. There's a roll it through for Robertson. Just well marshalled by Danso. Kurashevsky just about kept it in there. He thought he did. The assistant does flag for a Liverpool throw in there eventually. Liverpool have had 9 shots, 3 of them on target. Spurs yet to have a shot in this game. Here's Gakpo chopping off onto the right. Squares it across to Gravenberch. Feeds it onto Salah, who lifts one into the box. And Kinski plucked it from the air to grab it there. Well, when scoring first this season, Liverpool have won 24 out of 25 games. They've given it away there again. Spurs at the back. Gravenberch lays it off to Gakpo. Tries to spin one in behind. Wanted a handball. Doesn't matter. Liverpool will have the ball back again. Robertson. Down their left is Jones. A little bit more energy about Liverpool since taking the lead. They're moving it with a bit more belief and energy. As Jones was wrestled in the box there. Falls to Gakpo. Now Robertson's delivery. Headed away. It's just one-way traffic at the moment. Konate. Down the right for Salah. Salah rolls it through. Trying to find the run of Connor Bradley. But, well marshalled out there by Ben Davies. He ended up winning a goal kick out of that situation. Bradley. Bit of head tennis at the moment as the ball drops, but Jones back round behind Gravenberch just to keep the calmness of the Liverpool possession. Here is Curtis Jones. Van Dijk. He will drive into midfield. Swings the ball out to Bradley. Van Dijk getting himself in the box. Salah. Can't roll it back. Doubled up there multiple times. And Connor Bradley with a challenge. Trying to keep the ball in play ever so intensely. Fabulous pressing from Connor Bradley. That is sensational work from the young Northern Irishman. Salah gave the ball away. He challenged Son to win it back and then threw himself towards Jed Spence and ended up getting a good challenge on that one and winning Liverpool a corner. Absolutely fabulous from Connor Bradley. We've said it multiple times before, but Trent Alexander-Arnold's not in this team and Connor Bradley comes in. It doesn't seem to be a miss. Right footed delivery there from the corner. Again headed away first time from Spurs. Both sides dealing with corners well so far. Winning the first head of the defending team as Jones whips one in. Kinski comes to punch. Not convincing as the flag was actually up against one of the Liverpool players in the box there. It might have been Gakpo that was just offside. We see that goal. I mean, the delivery by Salah. Maybe a bit of fortune that nobody touches it in the middle. But the curl, the swing of the ball, it's just fabulous ball. Right round the back, and Cody Gakpo there to react and there to finish. But it had been coming. It was a surprise to really no one that Liverpool were going to take the lead because they were creating the chances. They were getting the ball in the right areas. They were dominating Tottenham. Gravenberch. Nice ball. Salah room to run to. Mo Salah chops back onto his left. Feeds it back round the corner. Gravenberch just about keeps it. Ryan Gravenberch in the box. Gravenberch going! And winning Liverpool a corner off Jed Spence. Just seems like Liverpool, when no matter who gets it, when they're in and around the box, they drive with it. They're not afraid to take on men, to take risks in those areas, and they're reaping their benefits and the rewards out of it so far. As Szoboszlai will take this corner once again on this right side. Bit of a fizzed corner, brought down by Salah deftly. Back out to Jones. And wide to Gravenberch, and now out wide again to Szoboszlai. He drives infield, skips past one, rolls it past another, but couldn't find the ball to Salah. As Richarlison has the ball, he's getting quite a few boos. He does well to hold up the ball again. Robertson tried to stretch but couldn't block it from going to Kulishevsky's path. Basuma there. Could have got caught out by Szoboszlai, but just about did well enough. A couple of minutes to go in the first half. The first half it's absolutely flew by so far. So here's Kulishevsky on the move for Spurs. Kulishevsky wanted to hit one and did hit it, but hit it well off target. And that would be their first registered shot of the game for Tottenham. 42nd minute, and Spurs have had one shot. Liverpool have had 10 up to this point. Penalty. Darting one to Salah. Just a little bit overhit towards Szoboszlai. Maybe on his heels there, the Liverpool number 8s, and Robertson will do incredibly well there, Andy Robertson, and usher that one out for a goal kick for Liverpool. Here's Connor Bradley. Liverpool just again looking to control possession, looking to pass the ball around, keep the ball moving, just have overall dominance and control of this match. That will be a massive benefit and a huge advantage for Liverpool if they do continue to control and dominate a game. We see it more often than not. They will find a way through any opponent. Well, that's a bit loose in possession, but the ball forward from Spurs on the counter to Richarlison was always bobbling out of play for a Liverpool throw. Richarlison's gone down now. The Copper particularly jeering at the fact that Richarlison's gone down. The referee doesn't have to stop the game because it's not a head injury, so Liverpool are playing on here. Jones down the left side. Cody Gakpo driving into the box, takes on a man. Gakpo lifts it. Salah! Oh, great save by Kinski. Wonderful save. It might have just snuck under the crossbar. It's a good delivery by Gakpo. Round the back, Salah hits it first time, bounces up, and Kinski had to just tip it onto the crossbar. It might have been just dipping if Kinski got no connection to it. Ever so close, but what a save by Antonin Kinski. Liverpool get a corner. Well, the stoppage in play does mean that Richarlison will get treatment if he needs it, and he is receiving treatment. But as soon as he went down, it kind of smacked the floor a couple of times, did Richarlison, so I don't know whether this is a recurring issue for him. Looks like he's actually going to be coming off, so, and it will be a debut, because Matthias Tell is going to be coming on here for Spurs. The 19-year-old Frenchman, joined on loan from Bayern Munich, had a bit of an interest, let's just say, an interesting last couple of days. When last week he said he doesn't want to play for Spurs. Well, how quickly a weekend can change someone's mind. Friday he didn't want to play. Come Monday, deadline day, Spurs was his location. And he is on loan from Tottenham until the end of the season, and an option to buy as well, which I think Tottenham are holding out on. They wanted the option to buy Matthias Tell at the end of the season for an agreed fee. So Matthias Tell will make his Spurs debut here this evening on the verge of half-time. 7 added minutes. And the Spurs striker who started the night, Richarlison, is off the field and replaced. So another injury problem for Ange Postecoglou's side as they defend this corner for Liverpool. Szoboszlai over it again. Liverpool's 7th corner of the half. Right-footed. Swung on the near post. Well defended there at the near post by Bentancur as Szoboszlai whips it back in. But Kinski, could have grabbed it. But he decided to punch. And the punch went behind for another Liverpool corner. I think Kinski could have really taken control of that. There was no one in Liverpool's... I mean, Van Dijk was on the scene, but he was not interested in it. And Kinski, like everybody else, we would have believed he would have caught that, but decided to punch. And Liverpool get another corner. And Robertson is going to take this one. 7 added minutes at the end of the half. Couple of injury issues. And of course a VAR check as well. Left-footed delivery by Robertson. Headed away again by Spurs, and Gravenberch does well under pressure to get it back to Jones, and now back to Gravenberch and Bradley, who will give it back to Kelleher. Liverpool not in any hurry. A bit of a slip there from the debutant for Spurs. And we'll see what difference that will make for Spurs tonight. The fact that Richarlison's now not on the field. He was actually doing a decent job of holding the ball up on those counter-attacks from Spurs, albeit didn't really lead to very much on those occasions. But, given away by Van Dijk there, but cheaply. Bentancur. Right, Spence. Liverpool did get bodies back quite quickly there and just stifled any sort of Spurs chance. They might have tried to steal from that cheap giveaway by their captain Van Dijk. Son's in behind here. The flag is now going to go up, but you could see it from a mile off that Son was offside there as Kelleher came and collected comfortably. But it will be an interesting kind of change to the game. I was trying to get my word there. An interesting change into how kind of Spurs will play. I don't expect much of a change. Matthias Tell is a centre forward. He has brought in for that role. But, you know, what will his attributes do to Liverpool? I'm sure they weren't maybe expecting him to be playing tonight. With the fact that Richarlison is back and did play at the weekend as well. So, you know, what task will Liverpool have to defend Matthias Tell, and how will that be different to Richarlison? We'll find out. Gakpo, nice drag back to find Jones. Liverpool comfortable at playing it from left to right as Bradley into the box. Jones tried to get a header on it. Did take a deflection, I believe. And it will be another Liverpool corner. Again, those crosses doing well at the moment, Liverpool, but not like the old-fashioned cross from the byline right across. It's kind of crosses from the confines of the 18-yard box inside the width of the 18-yard box, really. And they're kind of more looping, lifting crosses over the top into the box. And that one came off the head of the Spurs defender against Jones, and Szoboszlai will take this corner. Right-footed, out-swinging. Jones just about kept Liverpool in possession there, but that out-swinging corner was far too far away from the threat there, and Conor Bradley's ball put far too much on that one. There have been a few sloppy moments from Liverpool in this first half. I do have to exclaim that. You know, they are leading 1-0. They are back level on aggregate. They need to win by 2 goals tonight, Liverpool. Whether it's 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, whatever that may be. They do need to win by 2 goals to knock out Spurs inside 90 minutes. If they win by 1 goal, Liverpool, then it will go to extra time and penalties to decide the winner. With 2 minutes of the first half to go. 2 minutes of the 7 added minutes. It is Liverpool who lead on the night. 1-1 on aggregate. Again, it's just been all Liverpool in this first half, and I would say they've probably not been at their best, Liverpool, in the sense at times in possession. Oh, that's fabulous from Bradley. Little moments like that, but there's also little moments of sloppiness as well. There's just a bit of a mixed bag from Liverpool at times in this first half. Maybe that's just the fact that they're getting used to having so much of the ball, just continuing to recycle it and rinse and repeat, and maybe getting into that rhythm for Liverpool. Again, there's been no doubt they've been the better side in the first half and dominated Spurs tenfold. They've been unbelievable, really, in trying to stop to attack Spurs. And you know, getting that opening goal is crucial, because you know, it gets the belief of the crowd up, it gets you back right in the tie. You know, it's basically now back to square one in a sense of, well, it's 0-0 technically, basically, and it's whoever scores the most from now on out that will of course win the tie. I convoluted that far too much, but you know what I mean. It gets Liverpool back on a level playing field again, is what I meant to say. Last 30 seconds of the first half here. Kinski just rolls it out to Danzo. He will chip it long. Van Dijk heads it clear of danger. Gakpo up to battle with Archie Gray as it falls to Jones. He will give it back to Robertson, who will feed it back into midfield for Szoboszlai. That's really nice. Calm, composed from Liverpool there. So here's Bradley. Down the right to Salah. Mo Salah rolls it through for Connor Bradley. Bradley trying to find the cross. And it will be come back off Connor Bradley for a goal kick. And that will be the end of the first half. A first half at Anfield where it is Liverpool who lead on the night. They're doing almost the job they need to be doing. In the first half, they've been all over Tottenham, and it is back level terms in terms of the tie at the moment. On the night, it's Liverpool 1, Spurs 0 at the break, 1-1 on aggregates.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine.
Welcome back to Carabao Cup Live. Half time at Anfield, Liverpool leading by a goal to 0 at the break, and it is 1-1 on aggregate, of course, over the two legs. So still a very tightly and finally poised game at this moment in time to see who will be joining Newcastle in this year's Carabao Cup final. That, of course, takes place Sunday the 16th of March live here on LFS. I'll be looking forward to bringing you that one in a number of weeks at time next month. Looking forward to that one. But so far, halfway through this first half, I'm really just to recap that first half, because let's just bring it through into context. You know, coming into this one tonight, Liverpool knew they needed to win by 2 goals if they're going to get themselves into back-to-back Carabao Cup finals, looking to retain their trophy that they can probably claim that is their trophy, having won it 10 times, more than anyone else. But coming into this one, you know, Liverpool have that FA Cup game on the weekend away to Plymouth, where you think they would expect to make changes, and then that big Premier League game at this time next week when they face Everton in that Goodison derby, that game in hand that they have, Liverpool. But if you bring it to real context, tonight Liverpool expected to play their strongest side, the strongest available team they are, in my opinion. Maybe one or two maybe little differences, but if you look at that first half, Liverpool came out with aggression, they came out with energy, intensity, all the things that you're really expecting Liverpool to come out here with, because with a 1-goal deficit, what you want in a game like this, especially from a managerial point of view, to kind of lift your players, is you want to get an early goal. You give the side that you're facing a chance of, whoa, they've got back early here, let's just be a bit more kind of controlled. And Spurs have already been very defensive in that first half, which is very on Ange Postecoglou like in the way that they set up. But nonetheless, the way Liverpool came out, got them that early goal, it's got the crowd up, it's got the energy going around the stadium, and it's got them, most importantly, the belief that they can come back, that they can win this game. You know, there's no doubting the fact that, you know, Liverpool previously, it's Anfield, it's an atmosphere, it's a great kind of concoction for a comeback. You know, we've seen it many a time at Anfield where Liverpool have come from behind to make some great nights under the lights in L4. But over tonight, very different task. You know, a League Cup final, a League Cup semi-final. Both of their last 2 League Cup semi-finals second legs have actually been away from home. So it's a different kind of feeling for those Liverpool fans in recent times to think 2-legged semi-final, the second leg at home. And we talk about that so often about Liverpool. And a lot of teams, really, you want to be home in the second leg. You want to be, if there is a deficit, to try and overturn from the first leg away from home, or if the game's level, you want to have that home advantage to give you that little extra spark, that little extra energy when you go into every challenge, because that could be the difference in a very tight semi-final. And so far, I think Anfield has been there, it has been heard, and at Liverpool maybe have honed in on that in the first half. But really, if you to take into consideration the whole first half, if you to take the scoreline out of it and you look at the shots on target, the touches in the opposition box, the possession from Liverpool, it's been complete domination. 11 shots, 4 on target, 27 touches in the opposition box, and over 70% of the ball. You would think Liverpool are playing a team that are in a relegation fight at the moment, in the way that the team they're up against, because they're playing a team that is sitting deep, but that is kind of looking to hit them on the counter-attack, and that is reminiscent of a side who find themselves in a battle against the top opposition, or they feel that they're an inferior team. But I think the circumstances have played slightly into that, with Liverpool coming out with intensity, needing to get the first goal, really, to give that belief in the stadium. But also for Spurs, you would feel they want to try and hold on to the lead, maybe just sit back, maybe hope, kind of be a bit more solid defensively, keep bodies back there, and try and hold out Liverpool for as long as you can in the first half, and then see where we can go from there. Because if you frustrate Liverpool, maybe you can get a bit of joy out of them. And I think Spurs, I wouldn't call that naive, I would say that's quite sensible in a sense. But when you think about it, Liverpool now have a lead. When you think of it quite optimistically, you think, oh, if we hold Liverpool for a whole half here, we're in a good situation. But that's wishful thinking, because this is a stadium, this is a team that, if they get the first goal, the crowd's up, the atmosphere's up, and they believe in what they're doing so much that you think maybe Liverpool might get a second goal and a third goal, and maybe could just take the game away from Liverpool. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I'm saying with the Cup end, the second half, Liverpool being clutch moments before, it's not alien to this team or this crowd of what Liverpool need to do in the second half, where Spurs have that to come. Now, I would argue Spurs are probably lucky that they're not only 1-0 down. I'm probably thankful they're only 1-0 down and they're still actually kind of level footing in terms of the aggregate score. But overall, I'd say the second half going into the situation, albeit Spurs still level on aggregate score, I still say it will suit Liverpool, because they're the team in the ascendancy, they're the team that are having all the chances, they're the team that are having all the shots. I get Spurs want to be more protective and a bit more kind of solid, but at times I think they need to be a bit more adventurous. And look, is it just one of those moments where they just need to settle, and maybe Liverpool, their opponents tonight, they were always going to score Liverpool. I said the stat, you know, only failed to score 2 times out of 36 games this season. You know, it's not a team that doesn't, especially at home, they've only failed to score once at home, and that Nottingham Forest game, which they lost, and that hasn't been since September. So it was always likely that Liverpool were going to score tonight, and I said that in the first half. I think if Spurs want to go through, if Spurs want to beat Liverpool in this semi-final, they need to find the net tonight, because that is, I mean, it seems simple. You're not going to defend a 1-goal lead against Liverpool and get away clean, coming away clean, in a sense, with a clean sheet. It's just very rare that would happen, and it hasn't transpired that way as expected in the first half. But as I said, I think Liverpool will have the better of it in the second half because of the lead, because of the confidence, because of the atmosphere, because of what's at stake in the second half. Liverpool will build to that. And look, I said it, Liverpool were a bit sloppy at times in that first half. Now, not on many occasions, but a couple of times they gave Spurs a little bit of a gift, and maybe Spurs had a good few moments where they kind of opened the game up a little bit more when Liverpool weren't as controlled on the ball. And I think that's where the positives can come from Spurs. Now, there's not many positives, if any positives really in that first half at all. Maybe the fact they've only conceded 1 goal is a positive. But if we really contextualise it in that sense, for Spurs, when they did make the game a bit more open, when they did disrupt Liverpool a little bit more, when they did make the game a bit more end-to-end, they looked much more threatening. I mean, it's pretty simple. That was the game plan for Spurs tonight. Counter-attack against Liverpool, who will be expecting dominant possession, who will be expecting the fact that they will be in control of this game and will be dominating Spurs. But I think when they've countered, they've looked a bit toothless at times, Spurs. But I think when the game's a bit more opened up and they're disrupting Liverpool in more senses, then they do look more threatening. But again, it is minimal, if that, for Spurs at half-time, because Liverpool have just been controlled. You know, more often than not, I would say for probably 95% of that first half, Liverpool were dominant, were all over Spurs, were controlled, were completely stifling Spurs, and absolutely running rings around them at times in that first half. Couple of the passes, couple of touches, they were making Spurs look really naive at times. And I think if they do continue to not to allow Liverpool to have so much dominant Spurs, they will end up being on the end of a bad night. But I think being a bit more defensively solid, I understand why. But Ange Postecoglou will, no doubt, they will go for it at some point in the second half, Spurs, because you need to. It's a semi-final, you're away from home in a big game, a chance to get to a final. You need to take some risks at some point. But I think Spurs have been absolutely nowhere in that first half. But they're still very much in this tie and very much in this game. Liverpool 1 up at the break. Cody Gakpo, their main man in this competition. And a stat that came up at half-time after the goal, 10 goals in his last 10 appearances at Anfield. He loves to score at home, and he's got another one tonight here in the Carabao Cup again, which has Liverpool 1-0 up on the night and at 1-1 on aggregate. Right, the second half is coming up very shortly. And the winner of this tie will face Newcastle in this year's Carabao Cup final. Arsenal faltering in the semi-final again, out of both cup competitions by February once again for another season to come. They were knocked out at the third round of the FA Cup for the second successive season at the start of January, and now find themselves out of another cup competition and maybe another trophyless season for Arsenal, unless they can chase Liverpool down for the Premier League title or even hope for a Champions League trophy at this moment. So Newcastle will be the opponents for either Liverpool or Tottenham on the 16th of March. I'm looking forward to that one coming up. We will be excited for that. Of course, Newcastle will be the designated home team in that second leg, or that final second leg. But looking back to last night, Newcastle absolutely outclassed Arsenal. In all areas, Arsenal weren't able to deal with the situation in the big moments. And is that a running theme with Arsenal when it comes to clutch moments, when it comes to big moments, when they need players to step up, when they need big players, when they need big moments? They're just not there for Arsenal. Newcastle absolutely bombed them 4-0 over the two legs. Incredible from Eddie Howe's team, who are into their third Carabao Cup final, their third League Cup final in the club's history, and the second under Eddie Howe. Right, the second half between Liverpool and Spurs, where Liverpool lead 1-0 on the night, but it's 1-1 on aggregate, so the game is still very much in the balance. That's on the way next at Anfield. welcome back to Carabao Cup Live. Second leg of this semi-final between Liverpool and Spurs. The second half's on the way very shortly, but don't forget the 2025 Carabao Cup final will be live here on LFS on the Sunday the 16th of March, where Liverpool are looking to retain their trophy and reclaim their title against Newcastle. If they can get through tonight, Liverpool or will Spurs be heading to face Newcastle? Two sides desperate for a trophy. We will see what the matchup will be, hopefully, in about 50 minutes' time, 45 minutes' time, as we're almost ready to get back underway for the second half. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. We've just hit 25,000 subscribers here on LFS on YouTube. It's great to have that, and we thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight on YouTube and on Twitch as well, where we're also streaming to broaden our horizons, to branch it out to different platforms. That is great to see, and great to have you all with us this evening. Right. The Spurs players returning back to the field to play. Liverpool will be coming behind them in a moment. Well, Liverpool have progressed to the final. On 2 of the last 3 occasions they've lost the first leg of a League Cup semi-final. In 2001 against Crystal Palace, and in 2003 when they faced Sheffield United. They're not trailing at the moment on aggregate, they're winning on the night. But we will see how they do in the second half here, where Liverpool, of course, have the ascendancy. But can Spurs battle back and get their first shot on target of the night? They had 1 shot in that first half, none on target, and that shot was a wild effort from Dejan Kulusevski. Was the only registered chance from Spurs in that first half. They only need to get a draw out of tonight's game on the night to progress to the final. Of course, a 1-goal win for Liverpool would see extra time and penalties, and a 2-goal win for Liverpool, or 2-goal or more win for Liverpool, would see Liverpool into the final. Obviously, a Spurs win would see Spurs in the final. Obviously, that goes without saying. Liverpool will kick us off for the second half, kicking towards the Kop end, the side of the stadium, the stand that loves to drag the ball into the back of the nets. They'll need to do it again, at least once more without response, Liverpool, to progress to the final inside 90 minutes. Bit of head tennis to start the half. Nice step in from Van Dijk to play it on to Gakpo. Liverpool want to get off to a quick start. Gakpo, lovely spin to find Nunez. He swings it out wide to Salah. Takes an infield touch. Mo Salah! Just wide. I think it's put wide by Kinski. But that's a fabulous start to the half for Liverpool. A good goal-scoring chance. It all comes from Virgil van Dijk winning the ball in a contested area. Gakpo does really well to weave his way through a couple. Nunez does well to spin it wide to Salah. And then Salah has the shot just parried wide for a corner. Liverpool off to a quick start at the start of the second half. Robertson looking to deliver this corner. Left-footed delivery by Robertson. Flicked on. Put behind for another corner. Szoboszlai was involved in that one along with Matthias Tell at the front post. Chance for another Liverpool corner here at the start of the second half. Move into double figures now for corners, Liverpool. Another Robertson delivery. And the near post and headed off the line. And cleared away. Kept alive by Van Dijk. Szoboszlai brings it down. Back to Robertson. Squares it across, a bit much for Gravenberch, but he got well enough involved. Jones, now Gakpo, Liverpool on the move. Gakpo! Drive and effort, stopped by Danso. But Gakpo brings it back down again. Liverpool full tilt at the start of this second half. Szoboszlai will just recycle it back to Connor Bradley. That's got the crowd going. That's got the energy back up again for the second half. Kelleher's long ball up the middle, headed away by Kevin Danso. Flicked on by Gakpo, brought down by Salah. Bit of a heavy touch. The ball Flicked into an awkward area. Nicely brought down by Gakpo on the turn. Now Nunez battling, but taken out by 3 players of Spurs there to win it back. Spence on the move. Slightly pushed there by Szoboszlai, and Szoboszlai trying to climb all over Jed Spence to get the ball off him. He will give away the free kick there to the Spurs left back. See this corner again. Flicked on at the near post, and then Gakpo couldn't get his head to it, and Kinski just punches it away, kind of flaps it away. That is ever so close. It looked awkward because it looked like it came off Gakpo from the angle we had, but from the wide angle, but from the reverse angle it's clear that Kinski gets the clean touch on it, but ever so close for Liverpool at the start of this second half to adding to their lead and to trying to take the lead in the tie outright. A reminder for you, there was no changes at half-time. There was a change in the first half from Spurs when Tell had to come on for Richarlison. Oh, what a touch by Salah. And he rolls it in behind. Nunez takes it away. That will be a penalty, surely. It is a penalty to Liverpool. Antonin Kinski, who made a great save moments ago, has given away a Liverpool penalty. Salah to Nunez, and Nunez goes down, gets his toe in the way, and Antonin Kinski takes it out from underneath him, and Liverpool all day long have got a penalty at the Kop end. It's quite clear, no doubting. The Spurs players will argue their case, but the referee was adamant. Craig Pawson adamant that it was a penalty. VAR will of course double check, but it doesn't look to me like there's any clear and obvious issue with that. And I think this will stand as a goal, or a penalty, sorry. And it will be a penalty to Liverpool. As Gakpo's holding the ball, waiting for Mo Salah to arrive. Mo Salah at the Kop end. A chance to give Liverpool a 2-goal lead on the night and a lead in the tie overall. 48 taken in all competitions, 40 scored for Mo Salah. Mo Salah ready to take it for Liverpool. Whistle goes from the referee. Salah at the Kop end up against Kinski. Mo Salah scores! What a penalty by Mohamed Salah. An absolute pearler to find the top corner. And inside 5 minutes of the start of the second half, Liverpool take a 2-goal lead and have the lead outright in the tie. 2-0 Liverpool on the night, 2 on an aggregate. Are Liverpool getting their way to another final at Wembley? Wonderful penalty by Mohamed Salah. It's just a cracker. Kinski had no chance. He dived the wrong way. But even if he had dived the right way, that penalty is superb from Mohamed Salah. All the lift, all the curl, all the power you need to find the top corner. It's a sensational penalty. One of his best. And Mo Salah, 26th goal of the season and his 15th goal against Tottenham in his career, which is the best of any club that he's faced. And now Liverpool are in front overall, and they do not want to give it away or give it back to Tottenham. Ooh, Konate getting a bit tricky in his own half there as he clears it away. Oh, and the ball bounces awkwardly. Nunez now, Liverpool want more. Nunez, now to Salah. Mohamed Salah with an outswinger. Oh, couldn't find Szoboszlai. Liverpool have been absolutely electric to start this second half. Absolutely incredible. And the crowd are singing Wembley, Wembley. There's still about 38 minutes to go. There's a long way to go. But Liverpool with the lead in the tie for the very first time Have the belief now. Oh, Virgil van Dijk with a flick and a bit of a back heel. That's fabulous. Lovely intricate play. And that one sent out by Spence to a Liverpool throw. Bradley. Nunez held it on, but Robertson couldn't find the ball to Gakpo. And it just seemed like Liverpool are finding a lot more space. Spurs maybe trying to take a bit more of a risk, and Liverpool pressing them all the way. That's nice football. That's a good challenge, although one back by Kulusevski, well, one back by Szoboszlai. Well, Tottenham have been eliminated 3 of the last 5 times they've won the first leg of a League Cup semi-final. The most recent one was against Chelsea in the 18-19 season. No side has been eliminated at this stage of the competition, having won the first leg more than Spurs. Ipswich have also lost it 3 times when leading from the first leg. But it's not over yet. Here comes Spurs again down the right. Oh, and the cross is hit the side netting, but there was a deflection on the way through according to the officials. And Matthias Tell there, lovely run in behind. Kulusevski with a beautiful ball, and Tell trying to get it across Konate. Took a deflection off Ibrahima Konate and put behind for a Spurs corner. As Tell tried to get the Spurs fans up. Of course, in cup games at Anfield, the away fans have the whole lower tier of the Anfield Road end, rather than half, as Kulusevski's delivery headed away with a good leap there from Nunez again. That's 3 or 4 times tonight he's won the first header from corners defensively. Maybe that's not only one, might be one of the reasons why Arne Slot's picked him tonight. His solidity from corners. And now Liverpool on the move here on the break. Salah hanging off the back of defenders. Mo Salah. That's a good challenge by, I think that, I'm not too sure who that was actually. Might have been, actually, it was Sarr actually that won that one. I was a bit confused by that. Perhaps Sarr made that challenge against Salah. And Robertson there taking no risks, heads out for a throw. Spurs have come on a bit stronger since conceding that second goal. Spurs readying some changes in a moment. Pedro Porro and Lucas Bergvall looking to find their way onto the pitch. Remember, Lucas Bergvall scored the winner in the first leg late in the game against Liverpool. Here's Danso through the lines. Van Dijk stepped forward and stepped in and sent it flying out for a Spurs throw in their own half. As Ange Postecoglou will now make those changes. So Lucas Bergvall and Pedro Porro coming on, replacing Pap Sarr. Will be one of those. So Bergvall on for Sarr in midfield. So straight swap. Sarr actually came in for Bergvall from the first leg in midfield. And the second substitution will be Pedro Porro, and he will replace Yves Bissouma. So a little bit of a tweak from Ange Postecoglou. Might push Archie Gray a bit further into midfield maybe and put Porro at right back. We'll see how they set up here. Yeah, it will be. Archie Gray looks to be in midfield now, along with Bentancur and Bergvall, and Porro's just going to play at right back now. Here is Archie Gray, trying to add a bit of a different dynamic for Spurs. Son. Now Bergvall. Space to try and find the ball. Squeeze it through to Porro. The two subs combine. And now down the right hand side is Tell. Trying to find a way through. Back to Porro. Squeezed through the lines. Spence to whip one in. Not cleared away by Bradley, cleared away by Robertson in the second time round. Liverpool recycle it. And give it back to Spurs actually. Here's Porro. Nice Spence. It's a bit of needs must from Spurs. They've really shown nothing up to this point. As I said, just that one shot. Really an optimistic effort, shall we say, from Kulusevski early in the game as Gray's pressed back there by Salah. Really, with 30 or so minutes remaining of this tie, they've got they're behind overall. They need to fight back. Here comes Son down the left side. Rolls it through for Kulusevski. Trying to find options. See a red in front of him because he cuts it back in the shot from quite a distance out from Rodrigo Bentancur. Goes quite a distance over. Well, Liverpool have lost just one of their last 27 home games against Spurs in all competitions. Won 19, drawn 7, and are unbeaten in 14 since a 2-0 loss back in May 2011 here at Anfield. But they don't need to win tonight, Spurs. A 1-goal defeat for them would bring them to extra time, and a draw on the night for Spurs would see them through automatically. Nunez pressing Kinski. That's a fabulous press by Nunez, applauded by Salah, and that gets Liverpool a throw high up the pitch as Archie Gray couldn't reach Kinski's clearance. Bradley to take this throw in. All the way back to Konate. Van Dijk. That's it, roll across him. Pressed there by Bergvall. Needed Robertson for support, and he had him. Back to Kelleher. Van Dijk. Robertson. Infield to Gakpo. Now Gravenberch. Comfortable possession again from Liverpool, as we've seen vast majority of the night. Salah, nice combination with Bradley. Bradley not able to find the through ball, but will bounce fortuitously to Curtis Jones here. Now finds Gakpo. Gakpo chips it across. Szoboszlai's header is straight down the throat of Kinski. Again, really good build-up play from Liverpool. Again, a bit more venom on the final touch, and it would have been a good chance, but good delivery by Gakpo. Nice chip ball, but maybe could have took a touch there, Szoboszlai, but tried for the header. And again, another Liverpool press forces Kinski into another mistake. Salah through the lines to Bradley. Skips past his man. Conor Bradley across, and Nunez just wide. Another close call for Spurs at the back. Again, it's almost like Liverpool burst into life from nowhere. Fabulous little meg from Conor Bradley on the Spurs defender. Sends him for dead, and the cut back to Nunez as he hits it first time. Darwin Nunez just goes narrowly wide of the post. A third goal for Liverpool would certainly bring a lot of comfort. Certainly, no doubt about it. Here's Salah on the move down the right. Up against Archie Gray and Bentancur. Salah again trying to squeeze it through. That's well dealt with by Spurs defence. Under pressure there from Salah. Archie Gray, and Salah wins Liverpool another throw-in. Seems like they're winning those little duels at the moment, those little physical battles in the wide areas, Liverpool. That's what's keeping them up the pitch at the moment, not getting Spurs out of their own half. Van Dijk. Cross to Bradley. Konate will give it back to Kelleher. Liverpool, masters of game management this season, even in the most tightest of affairs. Liverpool have found a way to control, found a way to manage. Salah picks up a second ball here, rolls it round to Jones. Jones folds it through for Gakpo across! Oh, ever so close. Just curling away from goal there from Gakpo. You just thought the net was going to bulge. He had the cross, he had the squared pass to Darwin Nunez if he wanted it. I think Porro was just making it, it just comes off the right post. It's agonisingly close for Gakpo to finding a second for him tonight. Liverpool knocking at the door again. Konate. Salah to Bradley. The connection's been quite impressive tonight between Salah and Conor Bradley. That one breaks down eventually. Jones on the press here. Forces Danzo to cross it to Davies. Plays it into midfield. That's actually worked out well with Tell dropping a bit deeper. But Bentancur has the ball taken away from him by Jones. Battling was Gakpo on the turn. Drags it back and holds up the play. He goes down. Not getting a foul, wanting it, but not getting it from the referee. Spurs spring a crossfield ball, but Conor Bradley should have that one under control and does so. Just seems like every time Spurs get a little glimpse of hope or a little glimmer of a chance, Liverpool just have that calmness and composure just to have it figured out. Bradley will take this throw in for Liverpool. 26 minutes of the 90 to go. Liverpool 2, Spurs 0. 2-1 on aggregate to Liverpool. Salah reaches round his defender to try and win the ball. Liverpool pressing there. Bradley, nice adjustment from the first touch. Gravenberch with a nice drag, and Nunez plays it well. Robertson down the left for Gakpo. Good move from Liverpool again. Gakpo unfailed, trying to roll it back out wide to Robertson, not getting that pass off well. Son struggles to keep it in play. And that's a really awful crossfield pass, but Son tried his best and couldn't keep it in play there. But I think Spurs will get the throw out of the situation after Bradley had the last touch. That comes to a pretty quick end for Spurs in their possession as Liverpool win it back again. Well, Spurs are looking to beat Liverpool twice in the same season for the first time since the 10-11 campaign, when they did the double over them in the Premier League. But of course, a win on the night is not a worry for Spurs. Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 9 home games in the League Cup. Won 4, drawn 5, winning the last 4 in a row by an aggregate score of 15 goals to 4. Of course, they have quite a few big scorelines, a couple of 5-1s, 2 5-1s against West Ham United in recent League Cup games here at home. That's their only other home League Cup game of the season. The 5th round game and the quarter-final were both on the road, away at Brighton, away at Southampton. And of course, the first leg against Spurs was away from home. As Nunez does well there, and tracking back and helping out defensively for Liverpool. So Archie Gray looking for options from this throw-in. Bentancur with a flick on, but Bradley hooks it away. Hands over the header, over the head of Szoboszlai, over the head of everyone. Goal throw in to Liverpool on the right hand side. Another throw in for Liverpool. Conor Bradley looping, finds Nunez's head. That's nicely worked again by Liverpool from that throw. So Bradley will try and find Nunez again here. Just dealt with by Ben Davies as Jones tries to come on the scene, and he ends up clattering Kevin Danzo, which gets Spurs a free kick. Well, Mo Salah has now been involved in 10 goals in his last 7 appearances against Spurs, including tonight's game. In all competitions, he scored 7 and assisted 3 on that run. I would actually say scoring 7 and assisting 4. So he's been involved in 11 goals. He got the assist for Gakpo's opener. As here is Spence over the bar. Applauded by the Spurs crowd, but it's only their 3rd shot of the night and they've all been off target. It's a good run down the right hand side by Jed Spence. Again, goes on his own. Robertson kind of overcommits. He then gets back into shape and Robertson gets beaten on the little burst of energy. A little burst of pace there from Spence, and the shot was always, from that angle, always rising. Salah holding off a challenge. Gets the advantage from the referee, and look at this chance for Liverpool. Szoboszlai trying to roll it across, and Bergvall with a challenge puts it out for the Liverpool corner. Spurs had a number of bodies back, but it still looked fortuitous for Liverpool. Szoboszlai and Nunez forward, and it all came from Mo Salah, just basically out-muscling his man in what was possibly a foul, in a sense. And Liverpool get the advantage and get the corner out of the situation. And that man in your picture scored the winner in the 24 Carabao Cup final for Liverpool from a corner. As Robertson will deliver once again for Liverpool. Left-footed. Up in the air with a mix of bodies there, and it might have come off the head. It did, of Konate last. He's down holding his head at the moment, Ibrahima Konate. See what the issue is there. Is Robertson's delivery. Yeah, it's battling with Bentancur there, Konate, and might have just got a bit of a whack. He is back to his feet though. Hard as nails is Ibrahima Konate. Has had a few injury problems at Liverpool, but when he is in the team and when he's combined with Virgil van Dijk, you would argue, in terms of partnerships, they're one of the best centre-back partnerships on planet Earth. Well, on planet Earth, that's a bit extreme. In the Premier League, definitely. Maybe we'd battle the likes of Saliba and Gabriel for that as well. They're certainly the top 2 centre-back partnerships in the league. And Spurs' centre-back partnership, when they have them fully fit, aren't too bad. Mickey van de Ven and Christian Romero. When they get a run of games with each other, when they get the consistent run, they are really good. There's 20 minutes to go here. Liverpool 2, Spurs 0. 2-1 on aggregate for the home side. I think it was Reading a few changes there on a slot for his team. See them introduced very shortly. Strong bench from Liverpool tonight as well. You know, lots of quality on that bench. The likes of Harvey Elliott, Luis Diaz, Federico Chiesa, Diogo Jota, Alexis McAllister. All can come on and make a attacking impact, but the likes of Endo, Kwanzaa, Tsimikas, all defensively. Son out wide to Archie Gray on the overlap. Tries to catch Kelleher out, who took no risks and just parried it over the bar. But it actually went out of play in the first instance there when Archie Gray crossed it. He said it went behind and came back in, and it will be a free kick to Liverpool, or a goal kick to Liverpool, apologies. So double substitution here for the Liverpool then. Darwin Nunez is going to make way. He's done a great job tonight, Darwin Nunez. A lot of hold-up play, a lot of really good kind of defending from corners, winning a lot of headers from corners. So Nunez off for Diogo Jota. And the second substitute will see Alexis McAllister come on, and he will replace Curtis Jones in midfield. So a double substitution there for Liverpool. Some more great quality off the bench. Try and manage this game to a finish for Liverpool. Maybe even get a third goal that could probably just solidify this. Arne Slot knows this game ain't over yet. They're 2-0 up, leading on aggregate, but aggregate lead only by a goal, so Liverpool are not out of the water yet. Aren't in clear waters yet, is what I mean. They're not out of the woods yet. Konate chipped it towards Bradley. Takes the touch in, failed. Maybe the wrong choice as it's stolen away here by Kulusevski. Out wide to Gray. Infield to Kulishevsky again. Liverpool get bodies around the ball quickly. Jota tries to marshal, but Kulishevsky does well to reverse the pass into Bentancur. Now Bissouma feeds it through. Nice ball here for Son. Heung-min Son charged down by Bradley. Gravenberch couldn't get there. Kept alive by Spurs, but Van Dijk in the way. And now McAllister rolls it through for Jota on the counter-attack here for Liverpool. But he was well marshalled back there by Bentancur. In a balanced moment in this tie. Spurs have had no shots on target. Liverpool have had 8 shots on target so far. 20 shots overall for Liverpool. Spurs has 3. Liverpool with over 65% of the ball and 45 touches in the opposition box. The Spurs has 7. Spurs had 4 touches in the opposition box in the first half, just 3 so far in the second half. And a few more shots, but none on target as of yet for Tottenham. Salah rolled it through, space here. Gravenberch, sorry, rolls it out wide to Cody Gakpo. Had to stop in his stride there. Gravenberch, edge of the box. Szoboszlai back to Ryan Gravenberch, who will shoot. Oh, he hits the post. Another close opportunity for Liverpool. They've hit the woodwork a couple of times tonight. Yeah, they let Gravenberch have the shot, which from a Spurs point of view is quite audacious. And gets support from the crowd there, Ryan Gravenberch. That's the 3rd time Liverpool have hit the woodwork tonight. Well, one back by Robertson. McAllister. Space for Liverpool to break free. Rolls it through for Bradley. Plays it on to Szoboszlai. That's 3-0. Wonderful combination football from Liverpool. And Dominik Szoboszlai has their 3rd. And that will give them daylight, not only on the night, but in the tie. And Liverpool are 15 minutes away from another Wembley final in this competition. Beautiful, crisp, sensational, whatever you want to say. It was absolutely magnificent football from Liverpool. All the space they wanted in that midfield. Strolling through was McAllister. Bradley made a nice run on the inside. Played it first time through to Szoboszlai. And Szoboszlai rolls it past an out-running Kinski. Fabulous goal. Top quality, top class. And Liverpool have daylight and might be heading to another final at Wembley, and maybe for the first time under Arne Slot. Picking up where Jurgen Klopp left off and probably bettering it in some instances. (3-0), 3-1 on the night for Liverpool, or 3-0 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate for Liverpool. Spurs have just been absolutely nowhere near Liverpool all evening. Liverpool maybe, despite hitting the woodwork a couple of times, they probably could have 4, 5, 6 even in this game tonight. They have blown Spurs out of the water. And it's a sobering night for those Tottenham fans who dreamed of a trip to Wembley. It's not too far away from their home ground. But a trip to Wembley will have to wait at least another year, it seems, for Tottenham. And yet another year it may go on. Kinski. All the way back to Ben Davies. Spurs want to get one back here. Here's Son. Maybe the game isn't over just yet. Heung-min Son. Oh, it's the crossbar. And absolutely clatters its way away from goal. That's close. Not close enough. Great shot from narrow angle from Son. Kelleher threw himself at it. There's no chance he was getting to that one. The Liverpool goalkeeper. It was a good chance from the Spurs captain. Just not taken. That's probably the closest they've come to finding the net. Still off target as it hits the woodwork. Bradley. Undercooked the pass towards Salah. Archie Gray there to intercept. Rolls the ball nicely into the path of kind of Kulishevsky, but Konate was there to snatch it away from him. Callister, nice ball into Soberschlei, who deals with that well. The pressure of taking that ball in a very condensed area, but dealt with it well. Bradley. Back to Kelleher. To Gravenberg, who does well. Skipping away, foot to foot. Bradley. Now into Soberschlei. Liverpool on the break again here. Robertson. He's got Gakpo ahead of him. Andy Robertson want to hit one. I think it took a deflection. It will be a corner. Andy Robertson just gesturing to what side, as Robertson did have that shot. You could see it as soon as he took the first touch. You could see Andy Robertson not going to pass this here. He's going to have the shot. He probably wouldn't have had the shot if it was 1 or 2-0, but at 3-0, maybe he feels a bit more licensed to take a shot. And Liverpool are bringing on more attacking quality here. Luis Diaz and Harvey Elliott are readying themselves. So Arne Slot wanting to add more troops after this Liverpool corner. Just over 10 minutes of the game to go. Corner on the left-hand side. Right-footed delivery. Whipped in. Headed on and in by Virgil van Dijk. Reminiscent of the 2024 final. He does it again in this competition. Virgil van Dijk rises higher than anyone. Liverpool's number 4 has their 4th on the night. Liverpool 4. Tottenham 0, 4-1 on aggregates, and there's no question now, Liverpool are heading to Wembley for another final and another chance to lift this glorious trophy. Both sides have actually defended corners really well tonight, but up until that moment, when Virgil van Dijk rose above everyone else and just find the back of the net. It is a Van Dijk goal if you've ever seen one, and a dominant aerial display from Liverpool again there. And Spurs, their sobering night is getting even more sobering as the minutes go on. 4-0. Another double substitution for Liverpool then. Cody Gakpo and Mo Salah scored their first 2 goals of the night, those two. They're coming off. And Luis Diaz, who scored a hat-trick against Spurs in December. And Harvey Elliott, who has scored fairly recently for Liverpool, is also coming on. Smiles all around the Liverpool bench. And I'm sure all around this stadium by that lower tier in the Anfield Road end. As Ben Davies has been replaced by Mikey Moore. So a defender for an attacker. Maybe a bit too little too late really from Spurs to change defence into attack. And they're 4-0 down on the night and 3 goals down on aggregate. Dijk was there defensively again, as he always seems to be, and that's a lovely little touch to take it through for Diaz. Now Robertson is on the the run down the left-hand side. Liverpool don't want to stop at 4. Nice threaded through ball by McAllister. Robertson across. Oh, it was behind Szoboszlai and ahead of Jota. And it's cleared away by Spurs, but Liverpool knocking on the door for even more. 4 maybe just not enough for them, as Robertson couldn't get on the end of that ball. Well, what do Liverpool do? Where do they go wrong? It just seems like every single thing that Liverpool are doing at the moment is just perfect. You know, even tonight, even at half-time and they were 1-0 up, you didn't really fear that they weren't going to come out in the second half and add to that lead that they already possessed. And Spurs came out in the second half and weren't any better than the first. As here's Liverpool again. Diaz rolls it back. Jota hits it wide. Whether it took a deflection or not, I'm not too sure. I think one of his teammates was asking him, why didn't you pass it? Yeah, Szoboszlai was as free as anything in the middle there. And yeah, Diogo Jota's always going to take that one. And the Liverpool fans are bouncing, and the Spurs fans are bouncing their way down the out of this stadium. Corner delivered in, looping one, headed away that time by Porro. Szoboszlai skips away from a dangerous challenge there by Spence, and now Elliott wins Liverpool another corner. That could have been really dangerous from Jed Spence. Lucky there was no contact there. That could have been absolutely uproariously terrible. And the referee has just pulled it back for a free kick for how dangerous that challenge was. But there's Robertson and Szoboszlai over this free kick. This crowd rolling through the songbook of this pretty thick songbook for these fans inside Anfield of this glorious club. Robertson and Szoboszlai over it. This free kick ran about 26 yards out to the right hand side of goal. Whistle goes. Will be Szoboszlai, loops it round the back. Jota couldn't head it towards goal, headed it just wide. Nice chip ball over the top by Szoboszlai, right under the head of Jota. Maybe just stretching a slight bit, which took the little bit of accuracy away from it, but that was a close one. Has another Liverpool change incoming, their 5th and final change, and it's going to see their captain and their latest scorer make way, which is very rare to see, that Virgil van Dijk doesn't play a full 90 for Liverpool. But there's really shows you how good a position Liverpool are in. They don't need their captain to play out the 90. And another goal for Virgil van Dijk to remember. A goal that helped Liverpool to another final. 26 goals in all for Virgil van Dijk at Liverpool. It's just sensational. His aerial ability is better than no one is better than it, really, from a centre-back's position, really. As Jarell Quansah comes onto the field to replace Virgil van Dijk. And he gets a song sung around Anfield, does the Liverpool captain. And the Dutch duo of Gakpo and Van Dijk there, just laughing and smiling along. Robertson to Diaz, who was held there by Pedro Porro. Another Liverpool free kick. Bradley back to Kelleher. Bradley. Elliott. Konate. Now Bradley. Back to Kelleher. Liverpool passing the ball around. Not quite Ole's, but certainly a passing sequence that probably deserved a few Ole's there from the Liverpool fans, but it all ends up in a Spurs throw-in, after which. So another final on the horizon, a first for Arne Slot as the Liverpool manager, of course. 16th of March, it means that game against Aston Villa at Villa Park will be postponed for Liverpool. That's not a worry for them tonight. Here they come again. Diaz just behind Jota. It's not just they can book their place in the final, but Liverpool have a few games to go before they play that final. Quite a few games before that final. They head to Plymouth on Sunday for the FA Cup 4th round game. They then head to Goodison for that Merseyside derby next Wednesday night. Wolves come to Anfield the following Sunday. Then they head to City, face Newcastle, host Southampton, and then they will be in the Carabao Cup final. So between now and the final, Liverpool will have 5 league games and 1 FA Cup tie in the mix before they head to Wembley for what will be another big day for Liverpool as they will take on Newcastle in the 2025 Carabao Cup final. But it's not only that. They're 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League. By this time next week, they could be 9 points clear, depending on what happens in that Everton game at the top. They're into the round of 16 in the Champions League after finishing top of that, winning 7 of their 8 Champions League phase games. And they're into the 4th round of the FA Cup and looking to make it into the 5th round at the weekend. It's all going swimmingly well for Liverpool. Once again, as they come into mid-February in all 4 competitions still, which, bearing the fact that this competition usually ends at this month of the year, that is quite a remarkable feat that Liverpool, for what would be 3 of the last 4 seasons, Liverpool will be in all 4 competitions come February, which is just remarkable. This will be their 3rd Carabao Cup final in 4 years. They've won the last 2. And they'll have 3 added minutes here before they confirm their place in that 3rd in the last 4 years. Or their 3rd in the last 4 editions, because technically their first final was 3 years ago. As Son tries to curl one over the bar. Given the effort, Son's probably had the 2 best chances of the night, but they've come far too little, far too late. Really. Still not a shot on target, though, for Tottenham, which will be a very sobering situation with the fact that we come into the night saying Spurs, if they want to get something and they want to go through, they need to score here at Anfield tonight. And not only haven't they scored, I don't want to jinx it now, but they haven't had a shot on target tonight, which is just mind-boggling considering the situation they were in coming into tonight's game, albeit Liverpool had the home advantage and they had the form and they had everything in their favour, Liverpool, bar the scoreline. And clearly the scoreline before kick-off didn't really bother them. They knew they had a job to do tonight, Liverpool, and they have completed that task and fulfilled that job quite impressively and quite emphatically against Tottenham tonight. There's a few Wembleys again ring around Anfield, but I'm sure when this final whistle goes, this crowd will roar loud, as they have actually given away there cheaply by Diaz. Oh, that's a poor ball by Son. Easily just gifted it back to Gravenberch. Didn't even have to work for it on that occasion, the Dutchman. Liverpool might want to have one more last goal-scoring chance before the game ends. Last minute of the game here. Here's Elliott. Rolls it on for Bradley. Trying to continue through, well blocked by Bergvall. Spurs just look to finish this game as quickly as they possibly can, really, now. They're going nowhere but back to North London. They've got a big FA Cup game at the weekend. They head to Aston Villa. Their next league game is actually a home game against Manchester United next weekend. Then have Ipswich away, Man City away at home. And then Bournemouth on the horizon. Here's Harvey Elliott in the box. Couldn't find a teammate to try and have a shooting opportunity. Free kick there for Liverpool. And as the 3 minutes come to a close, we'll see. That is it! The final whistle blown, and Liverpool are into their first final under Arne Slot. Their third League Cup final in 4 years for the record holders and the record winners of this competition. They want to retain their trophy. Well, they've got an opportunity to do so, because they're heading back to Wembley. And this time, for the first time, under their new manager, Arne Slot, looking to get his first trophy as the Liverpool manager. Mo Salah said they were destined and desperate to win trophies this year. That is the ambition of this club. Well, Liverpool have another opportunity in another final to lift another trophy in this competition. Liverpool made it look easy in the second half, and overall, throughout the game, pasting Spurs by 4-0 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate, and it just makes Spurs' 1-goal lead coming into this tie look ever so small and ever so diminished. Spurs will have to wait at least another year before they can have a chance at getting to another final, or a chance at lifting another trophy, unless they win the Europa League or so this season. That might be their best task of winning a trophy, but Liverpool's will come in just over a month's time when they're into another Carabao Cup final. Final score at Anfield after the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. It is finished Liverpool 4, Tottenham 0. Liverpool 4-1 winners on aggregate. Wonderful result for Liverpool tonight. And Arne Slot's Reds are heading to Wembley again. Sunday the 16th of March is the date for the diaries. The live final of the Carabao Cup we'll have live here on LFS as Newcastle take on Liverpool. Newcastle looking to end their 70-year drought for a domestic trophy. But Liverpool, their last trophy was almost a year ago, really, when they beat Chelsea in extra time in the Carabao Cup final. They want to make it back-to-back League Cups. They haven't won back-to-back League Cups since they won 4 in a row back in their first 4 titles back in the 1980s. Liverpool, they have the chance to do that when they head to Wembley on the 16th of March. There it is, Newcastle-Liverpool, the 2025 Carabao Cup final. But for Spurs, it's a similar story. Their last time they put out the holders of this competition was when they won it back in 2007-8. Well, they're not going to do that this season. And Ange Postecoglou's prophecy of always winning a trophy in his second season at a football club has come to a bit of a stop, a bit of an end this evening. Not getting to the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup and the Europa League are still 2 more chances for them. But who knows, they could have a pretty tough week if they go to Aston Villa and not get the desired result. We'll find out. But they have failed to make the chance of 3 wins in a row for Spurs. They won their last 2 games coming into this one. But Anfield's a different task. Liverpool a different opponent than any other in world football at the moment. And the Reds march on, and they'll be marching to Anfield South, as they call it, in a few weeks' time. Cody Gakpo opened the scoring. That man that really has scored nearly every goal for Liverpool in this competition this season. Mo Salah made it 2 from the penalty spot before Szoboszlai and Virgil van Dijk put the icing on the cake tonight to really confirm it for Liverpool. And it's quite fitting that the man who won the final for them last year scored the final goal to put them in to the final this year. It's been a great night. And it's been a great last 2 nights. 2 sides who thoroughly deserved to be in the Carabao Cup final. Newcastle thumping Arsenal by 4-0 over the 2 legs, and Liverpool thumping Spurs by 4-0 in 1 game in the second leg. But it's Newcastle-Liverpool for the final, and we'll see you then on the 16th of March. that's it for tonight. We're actually back at tomorrow night because we're back with FA Cup action, another cup competition, and Manchester United will take on Leicester tomorrow night over our action all throughout the weekend here on LFS. But join us for that tomorrow night. But for tonight, Newcastle and Liverpool are both into the Carabao Cup final. We'll see you on the 16th of March.